For the past few years, it seems like everyone is building a community membership. From your favorite creator to your yoga instructor to your entrepreneur, it looks like so many people are building memberships, and you might be considering building one yourself. Memberships can be amazing, and they can also be very draining. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through a number of questions that would help you figure out whether a membership is the right model for you. And by the end of this video, you'll have the answer to the question, should I start a membership? Hi, I am Jolene and I am a membership strategist. I started my own community membership in 2020, and then after that I have supported other entrepreneurs to launch and operate their own memberships. When I started my community membership in 2020, I honestly had no idea what I was getting myself into. It just sounded like a model that would be great and I would build community with it. And I'm glad I did not know what to expect, because knowing what I know now, I would not have started a community membership. I would have done something else, probably just a newsletter or another way of communicating with people, but I am glad that I did that so that I have the experience that I have now and I can share it with other people who are considering memberships. So this video is not to discourage you from starting a membership. It's actually just to give you the questions that you need to ask yourself so that you're better prepared when you start your membership. And before we get to the questions, I want to bust a myth that has been going on a lot in the online space. So one of the biggest myths in the membership space is that memberships are passive income. So for anyone who's run a membership, you know that there's nothing passive about running a membership. It actually requires you to constantly show up for your members and support them and be there for them. However, one of the ways that I really like is how Mike Morrison from the Membership Academy describes memberships. So instead of being passive income sources, memberships are actually leveraged income sources. What that means is that your efforts in memberships compound. The more you create things, the more you add it to your membership, and it makes your membership more valuable, and you're able to serve more people at a time instead of like a one-on-one. You just create the value and it's able to reach more people and improve the value of your entire membership. So your efforts will keep multiplying in impact, but you still have to show up and support your members for your membership to thrive. So now let's get to the questions, and these questions will help you analyze your motivation, your capacity, and the experience that you want your members to have within your membership. If you go through the questions and you feel that a membership might not be the right model for you, I don't want you to feel discouraged. There's so many different models for different kinds of offers and they all work. So if you go through these questions and you realize that actually you don't want to do a membership, that's okay. And you can explore other models that are out there, like services, coaching, group sessions and cohorts, and products and SaaS. So there's so many options that exist out there, so don't feel discouraged. And if you go through these questions and you realize indeed a membership is what I need to build, then more power to you. I hope that you'll be able to build a thriving membership. So let's get started. Question 1. Why do you want to build a membership? This is the most important question, because with this answer you're able to ground yourself and remember your why as you go through building your membership. So are you thinking about building your membership because almost everyone else is building a membership? Is it because you want a recurring revenue for your business? Is it because you were hoping that it's going to be a passive income source for your business? Or is it because you want to provide value to your members in an ongoing manner and you feel that a membership will be the right container for the kind of support that you want to provide to your customers or clients? So it is important to think deeply about this, I like to journal, so you can journal around this question, like, why do I want to build a membership? And then figure out your real reason for doing that. There is no wrong reason, but knowing the reason why will help you design a membership that supports your goals. So question 1 looked at you and why you want to build a membership. Question 2 looks at the people that you want to serve. Is a membership model ideal for the people that you want to serve? From my experience, I've seen that memberships work well for problems that require ongoing support, require some form of accountability, and also require a community of other peers who are working on the same or similar problems. So for example, if I want a logo for my brand, there's no need for me to join a community to learn how to create a logo for my brand. That's a one-off task that does not need ongoing support or community or accountability. It's something that has a start and an end, and then I wouldn't need to learn about it anymore. So in that case, having a one-off service would be better than having a community membership for that. But then in another case, like let's say you want to teach other entrepreneurs how to build an audience for their offer. That is something that is ongoing. They'll keep learning how to build an audience, how to show up for their audience, and these platforms keep changing. So as the person who's leading this membership, you'll be able to keep up with the trend and provide the support that they need so that your members are able to get the latest information. So that is something that is ongoing and can also benefit from having the support of community of other entrepreneurs who are also building an audience for their offers. So in those two cases, one, there is no need for a membership, and the other one, there is a need for a membership. So you need to evaluate the problems that your audience have and if a membership model will help you solve the problems for your audience. A good indicator that your audience might be interested in a membership model is if they're paying for something similar, a similar membership to get that similar value. That means that the market has been validated, and so you're not starting from scratch. But if there is no other membership or anything similar in the space that you want to create, you need to pause for a minute and figure out why isn't there a membership for this particular problem that your audience are facing. And maybe there is no need, or maybe just no one has ever come up with a membership idea that was viable. So you need to sit down and ask yourself that question: is a membership the right model that will help my audience solve a particular problem, or is this something that can be solved by other means? Question number 3 is about the transformation that your members will get when they join your membership. So when you are selling your memberships to potential members, you need to tell them that, hey, if you join, you'll be able to get A, B, C, D. And this A, B, C, D will help you transform from where you are to where you want to be. You need to be clear about the transformation that you want your members to get, and put that in the sales page, and then when they join, you should be able to deliver the value that will help them transform. Ideally, the transformation should be ongoing for a membership model to work. As I mentioned in the previous question, if it's a one-off problem, then they will join your membership, solve the problem, and then leave. So that's where memberships work well, for something that is ongoing. So if it's something that it's a transformation that they will need to keep working on and getting better each time, then that's ideal for a membership. And here is a pro tip that you can think of while onboarding people. So have a survey to know where they are, so that in like 3 months or 6 months or 1 year, you check in with them and see how much progress they've made from the time they joined the membership to that milestone that they've reached. And that can be very helpful when you are creating testimonials for your membership to encourage more members to join, because they'll be able to see how members in your memberships joined and what transformations they've been able to get by being your members. Question number 4 is that you need to determine who this membership is for and who it is not for. It is very important to be specific on who the audience for your membership is. And I know it's very tempting when you're starting out to be very broad because you want to capture a bigger market, but that's actually counterproductive, because when you're very broad, you're not speaking directly to the unique needs of the people that you want to serve. But when you're very specific, you're able to really pinpoint the exact problems that your audience are facing, and that helps you sell the membership to them because they feel seen, they feel understood, and that's key to helping them feel that this membership is right for me. One of the memberships that I like that is very specific is called Tripods, and it's basically for pet owners who have pets, specifically cats and dogs, who are three-legged. Because of one reason or another, the dogs or cats have lost one of their legs, and so they have 3 legs. And so this is very specific. If you have a dog or a cat that has all its 4 legs, you'll just check the landing page and realize that this is not my community. And so it's very easy for someone to filter and know if that community is for them. Question number 5 is, do you really like the topic that your membership will be covering? When you start a membership, you're going to be talking about this particular topic for years. A membership is something that lasts long, and if you do not like the topic that you want to build your membership on, you will easily get bored and you lack interest, and your members will know. So this is the danger of just following trends. So for example, right now, AI and AI agents are very popular, and you might decide to create a community around that just because it's trending and it's very hot in the market right now. But in the long term, you'll start getting bored if that's not your thing. And so you will find yourself trapped in this situation where you've created a community membership for people who want to learn more about AI, but you're no longer interested in that topic. So before you create a membership, ask yourself, is this something that I'm really interested in? And I'd love to talk about it for years, because thriving communities last for years and years, and the longer that the community lasts, the more valuable it becomes. So be careful about the topic that you choose, and make sure that it's something that brings you joy, because you're the one who's going to have to talk about this, answer questions about this, and be on top of what's happening in that particular industry. Question number 6 is, do you have an audience that is constantly asking for support around the topic that you talk about? So this is a little bit tricky if you've not been actively sharing or talking about the issue that you want to create your membership around. And don't worry if you haven't done so. You can actually just start by posting on any social media or any communities that you're in, and seeing if people are interested and asking for help. It is important to validate your membership idea so that you don't put in the work to launch a membership that no one actually wants. One of the best ways to validate an idea is if people are constantly asking you about that particular topic. So for example, if you have been posting about LinkedIn and people reach out to you asking how to optimize their LinkedIn profile or what to post on LinkedIn, then you realize that there is a need there and people want solutions in this area. So you can explore the possibility of creating a membership around that, because you've already proven that there's a market for it and there's a need for such support. One of the things that is actually valuable that will help you when you plan to launch your membership is to start a newsletter. So you can put out something like a lead magnet out there, and when people download, they join your newsletter. That will show that there is demand for whatever you're offering. And with time, when you want to launch your membership, you'll be able to launch to that specific audience that was interested in the lead magnet that you provided. Question number 7 is, are you ready to show up consistently for your membership without burning out? This is where you really need to be honest with yourself and your capacity and your interest and your social battery, and this will help you decide whether a membership is the right model for you. Memberships require constant check-ins and interactions, and you being present to support your members. And if this is something that already feels overwhelming to you, perhaps you can consider other business models that do not involve a membership. Your members will be reaching out to you and expecting to hear a response from you, and there'll be questions within your community membership platform that people will be expecting to get answers from because they've paid to be in that space and to receive support. It's a model that requires you to be really present and be able to deliver value continuously. So think about your energy and think about whether this is sustainable for you as a person when you think about all the other things that you have to do. Maybe you have kids, maybe you're running another business, you're doing client work. Will you be able to sustain this long term? And once you have an answer, you will know whether a membership is right for you. Now, one thing to note is that, of course, you can hire a community manager to run the day-to-day operations of your membership. But when you're starting out, a lot of the time, you will be the person who's doing all the work. And then later on, as you grow, you might be able to hire community managers and other people to support running your communities so that you can take a step back whenever you need to. Now, on to question 8. Do you have a plan of what your members will be doing in your membership every week or every month? From the moment that a member joins your membership, do you have a plan for how you're going to take them through the onboarding? And do you also have a plan for how the engagement is going to look like? Are you going to be sharing weekly prompts? Are there going to be office hours where they come and ask you questions? Are you going to have co-working sessions? Are you going to share challenges and wins and events that they can attend? It's very important for you to have a rhythm on how people are able to engage in your membership. You'll quickly realize that engagement is not something that just happens randomly. It is something that you design intentionally and also model for your members. And remember, engagement doesn't mean that your members have to constantly post in the community. Sometimes engagement can just be them answering a poll or RSVPing to an event or just liking or commenting on a post. So you don't have to force your members to constantly post in your community for you to show that there is engagement. However, you still need to plan on creating opportunities for members to engage, whether it is through doing something that is more visible, like posting there in the community, or something a little bit more passive, like checking out the posts in the community and liking them. Question number 9 when you're thinking about building a community membership is, do you understand the numbers when it comes to the membership model? For a lot of memberships, the 2 main things that matter is gaining new members and retaining current members. It is so easy for membership owners to keep thinking about how they're going to get new members and then forget how to retain the current members that they do have. So if you're a membership owner, you have to constantly think about how to get new members while at the same time how to provide enough values for the members who are already in so that they continue staying, because you'll be doing almost zero work if you keep bringing in new members and then your current members keep leaving. So you're putting in a lot of work to get the members, but once they join, they leave quickly. Churn is something that kills a lot of membership when you keep bringing in new members, but your current members keep leaving. Remember that memberships are a retention business. Once you have gotten a member to say, yes, I want to join your membership, that's when your work starts, and your goal now is to be able to retain this member by providing ongoing value such that they find the membership to be valuable enough for them to continue renewing month over month, or however you've spaced out your pricing cadence. Knowing your numbers will also help you decide the pricing for your membership. So for example, if you're building your membership in the Circle business plan, that's about $199 a month. So if your membership is $10 a month, you need at least 20 members to break even with just the cost of the platform. And in that case, you also have other costs, including like your operations and your own time. So you need to know these numbers so that you can know how many members do you need to break even, how many members do you need to be profitable, and how long a member stays in your membership. So that's the lifetime value of a member, so that you can estimate how many members you need to constantly have in your membership for you to run a sustainable, profitable membership business. Question number 10 is, how does the membership fit in your overall business? So is this membership the main thing that's driving revenue in your business? Or is this something that you lead people to after they've used other products? So for example, if someone has bought your coaching program, then they get a membership as an add-on. Or is the membership part of the customer support that you provide to people who've bought your products? This is especially common in the software space. When you sign up to use a certain software, you are able to become a member where you get prioritized support from the team, and you get to meet other people who are using that particular software product. So you need to understand, where does this membership sit? Is it the main thing? Is it the additional thing that I do on the side in addition to my main business? Is it somewhere that I lead people that I've worked with so that they can keep getting ongoing support? Knowing that will help you design the membership in a way that it fits well into your other business activities, so that you have a cohesive business that works well without draining you. I mentioned at the beginning of the video that I started my own community membership in 2020, and I ended it because I realized that it did not fit into the kind of lifestyle that I was trying to create, and I could still provide value in a way that would not restrict me to be in a membership model. And it's important for you to analyze and figure out what kind of lifestyle you want for yourself, and decide whether a membership fits well in that lifestyle or another business model would work better. So while I still love memberships and it's basically my job to work with membership owners, I know that for myself right now, I am not planning to build a membership because it doesn't fit into the kind of lifestyle that I want to create for myself. Maybe I'll do it in the future, but for now, I understand that what is needed to build a membership is not something that I can provide. I hope with these questions, you'll be able to reflect and figure out, is this working for me and the kind of lifestyle that I want to build? Or are you excited about membership because it looks like something that everyone is doing and people are making a lot of money in this space? So before you create your membership, take some time to think about these questions. And to make it easier for everyone, I have created a membership readiness check that you can go through and answer the questions, rate yourself, and see where you land and whether you're ready to start a membership based on your capacity and your goals and your interests. I hope you found that useful, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll share more membership insights.